KZOOMers. So good to see you. And it's so fun when I've just been on retreat with some of you, and then last month on retreat with some of the other people here, and it feels like we're just kind of continuing our retreat process, and it is really, about stepping onto the path of love together. I just want to frame our class with a little reading from Brene Brown, Atlas of the Heart, which is a book I love. She says, love is not something we give or get. It is something that we nurture and grow. A connection that can be cultivated between two people only when it exists within each one of them. We can love others only as much as we love ourselves. But, we are, according to Hazrat Inayat Khan, the inner life is about awakening this love element within us and living from there. And so it's not so much working on those relationships, but working on ourselves so that we come with love to our relationships. And I feel like, that in order to do that, we're sort of cleaning up, clearing out, opening up some of our channels, so that we can be, a clear channel for that flow that moves through us. So, you know what day it is today?
It's Erev St. Patrick's Day.
No, it's today.
It's today.
It's today. What day is it?
Today. I'm wearing green.
Today.
Of course, for Johnny, it might be
today.
It is today.
For Johnny, it's tomorrow. Sorry. So the name of this class has to do with exploring the mystery of presence, and it is a kind of Thich Nhat Hanh says presence is the prerequisite for love. So we have to somehow, find the way to show up. And to show up not just for the present, but the present that holds in it all the possibilities, a kind of an unfolding presence. John Robinson says it is the always new, fresh and unfolding opening into the divine. The always new, fresh and unfolding opening into the divine.
You get to be with us on the boardwalk.
There's a little bit of sound here happening.
It's quite the event going by.
We might have to close the windows, but that's okay.
Yeah.
So the always new, fresh and unfolding opening into the divine. That's the precious moment. Yeah. So it says always. Its expression of my appreciation is beautiful. That is, yes. So the practice that is kind of inspiring me this week from the Song of Songs points, to this sense of presence and possibility. And it says b'yom chatunato, which is on the wedding day, and the wedding day is a symbol of the unity consciousness, bringing all of those places of judgment, bringing them into this sense of oneness, marrying all the disparate parts of ourselves into one place of oneness. And then we come to HAYOM simchat libo, which is the day of our hearts rejoicing, the joy that arises from that place of healing, of oneness, of unity. And as I was encountering this, I realized, the message was like, oh, well, that's today.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, why wait for that day, by Yom Hahu, that day that's going to come someday. It could be right now. It could be today, and so the practice for me came into the melody. So I say, "B'yom chatunato, v'yom simchat libo," and then there's this slight little pause of realization, where I say, "Oh, that's today. It could be today." Right, and the word HAYOM is not in the text, but it's just something that sort of pops out at me and brings me into this possibility right now, right in the present. So I want to ask, as we call up this kind of mythical day, to then be able to stop and say, "Oh, well, that's today. It could
HAYOM.
be today. HAYOM." So watch for that little pause every time we come to that word HAYOM. And there's something about that a pleasure also demands presence, and also pleasure brings us into presence. So I want to open to the pleasure of this day. And just looking around the room, around the KZOOM room, gives me a lot of pleasure to see you all. So let's do this practice of presence. V'yom chatunato, v'yom simchat libo, HAYOM, HAYOM, HAYOM. V'yom chatunato, v'yom simchat libo, HAYOM, HAYOM, HAYOM. V'yom chatunato, v'yom simchat libo, v'yom chatunato, v'yom simchat libo. V'yom chatunato, v'yom simchat libo, HAYOM, HAYOM, HAYOM. V'yom chatunato, v'yom simchat libo, HAYOM, HAYOM, HAYOM. V'yom chatunato, v'yom simchat libo, v'yom chatunato, v'yom simchat libo. V'yom chatunato, v'yom simchat libo, HAYOM, HAYOM, HAYOM. V'yom chatunato, v'yom simchat libo, HAYOM, HAYOM, HAYOM. V'yom chatunato, v'yom simchat libo, v'yom chatunato, v'yom simchat libo. V'yom chatunato, v'yom simchat libo, HAYOM, HAYOM, HAYOM. V'yom chatunato, v'yom simchat libo, HAYOM, HAYOM, HAYOM. V'yom chatunato, v'yom simchat libo, v'yom chatunato, v'yom simchat libo. V'yom chatunato, v'yom simchat libo, HAYOM, HAYOM, HAYOM. V'yom chatunato, v'yom simchat libo, HAYOM, HAYOM, HAYOM. V'yom chatunato, v'yom simchat libo, v'yom chatunato, v'yom simchat libo. V'yom chatunato, v'yom simchat libo, HAYOM, HAYOM, HAYOM. V'yom chatunato,
HAYOM,
HAYOM, HAYOM chatunato, HAYOM simchat libo, HAYOM chatunato, HAYOM simchat libo. HAYOM chatunato, HAYOM simchat libo. HAYOM, HAYOM, HAYOM. And the silence opening up to a sense of presence. And if you close your eyes and just breathe into the space around you, I think what presence feels like is that that space itself feels like it's alive. It's kind of sparkling. The space in which we live our lives has that aliveness to it. And we become kind of porous to that sense of presence. So I was, as I was chanting, I was remembering that my birthday is in a couple weeks, and it's a very happy time for me. But when I realized after my birthday, the day after my birthday could be the saddest day of the year. Except I started to do this practice on the day after my birthday. I wake up and I say to Rachmiel, it's still my birthday.
I knew that's what she says.
I say,
Still my birthday.
Well, I say, it's still my birthday. And,
For a minimum of a week.
well, no, it's always really
It's
still
always
my
your
birthday.
It is.
But
HAYOM.
my birthday awakens me to the truth of my birthday, that every day is this possibility of rebirth. But when so I turned the saddest day of the year into kind of a pathway to presence. I'm saying just to say, oh, it's still my birthday. So I give you that. I give you that practice, we came out. We're at the beach now. We're in our little beach cottage, and I just went out walking on the beach. And my practice really is a practice of filling up, and that's kind of what the ocean gives me, the possibility of filling up, and and what I noticed was that I took a walk with my shoes on, and it was kind of nice. It was nice, but then I took a walk without my shoes on, and it was ecstatic. There was some kind of filling up that happened without my shoes on,
Through your feet.
That I was probably filling up through the earth as well, and also becoming a kind of a closed circuit between the spaciousness, and the earth and the water. So something happens energetically when taking my shoes off that allowed me to fill up even more. Did anybody else ever find that to be true?
Our friend Steve in St. Croix is really smiling.
Yeah,
He
he
lives
knows
with it.
about that. It was just an extraordinary experiment in filling up. because I just really noticed the difference. Something different was happening to my energy being of filling up. And so the practice I want to do with you is a filling up with the joys of your presence, which are always available, but I don't always show up for them. There is this always new, fresh and unfolding opening into the divine that is possible, but I don't always show up for it because I'm a little distracted. You're trying to figure stuff out, trying to get stuff done, and then when I stop and I notice that that it's possible, then I can fill up, and the filling up is so it's filling up so simply with light, with presence, with the air, with I don't know. It's sort of subtle. What do you fill up with? Or with color?
The sound of that ocean waves. Oh my goodness!
But
wow.
but it's something that's happening below the surface that we don't notice, and then in our practice we get to notice and fill up consciously with really the fuel of our existence, the beauty of being.
If I don't notice, I don't hear the waves. Then I notice,
Right.
oh, there they are. But
Right.
they're there all the time. It's
Yeah.
me that goes away and comes
Right.
back.
But all of you have like light streaming in somewhere that you can fill up with. So let's do this filling up practice. Sova, Sova. Sova, 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 smachot.
Sova, 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 smachot. Sova, smachot, et panecha. Sova, smachot, et panecha.
Sova, 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 smachot. Filling up with aliveness. Sova, 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 smachot.
Sova, smachot, et panecha. Sova, smachot, et panecha.
Filling up with beauty.
Sova, 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 smachot. Sova, 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 smachot. Sova, smachot, et panecha. Sova, smachot, et panecha.
Filling up with color.
Sova, 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 smachot. Sova,
Sova, Sova, smachot, Sova, smachot, et panecha, Sova, smachot, et panecha. Filling up with joy. Sova, 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 smachot, Sova, 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 smachot, Sova, smachot, et panecha, Sova, smachot, et panecha. So I invite you to close your eyes and look at the faces here and see if we can fill up with all of this beauty, these good intentions, this prayer. Sova, 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 smachot, Sova, 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 smachot, Sova, smachot, et panecha, Sova, smachot, et panecha. So one last time, and this time close your eyes and see if you can open up a greater capacity inside you, a larger space in which to receive. Sova, 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 smachot, Sova, 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 smachot, Sova, smachot, et panecha, Sova, smachot, et panecha. So as you keep your eyes closed and breathe into the heart, imagine the heart as a kind of a place where you take in all of that beauty, aliveness, joy, color, light, taking it all into your heart, and in your heart kind of transforming all of those gifts into your generosity, into the gift of your uniqueness, into a sense of overflowing into this world as in response to the gift that you have received. feels like that's, yeah. That allowing that flow of it, everything that all the gift of our lives to pour in, and clearing away whatever obstacles to that flow is what allows us to step into the world as this loving, spacious, overflowing presence in the world. It sounds so simple. I don't know why it gets so complicated.
It does. It is simple, and it does get complicated. I don't. It's like the human condition.
Sort of come back to the simplicity of like, receiving that gift and allowing it to come through. So that the way that gift of presence is described in Torah is through the idea of Devekut. Now, Devekut is it means cleaving to God, connecting ourselves to this oneness in a way that allows us to let go of our separateness. And so connecting ourselves to that oneness, letting go of, sort of what keeps the flow from happening, and become really, in a sense, just becoming one into that oneness. And the way that I understand the practice of Devekut is through the lens of Hasidism, which took this commandment that I'm going to tell you, and really took it on as our inheritance, the sense that all of us have been born for this place of Devekut, that it is a layer inside us, that we already are connected to that oneness. And every day when we do our practice, we sort of connect, we kind of sink into that layer that is already connected up, and remember it, and kind of just sort of relax into it, and then lay that sense of Devekut underneath our lives. Lay it as a layer of awareness that's going to be there in the midst of all of the busyness and hubbub of life. There'll be that layer of remembrance, of awareness, that we can keep coming back to. And with our practice, we just keep strengthening it so that it is just always there for us. And so, the origin of what the Hasidim found in the Torah is this very important line from the book of Devarim, of Deuteronomy, which is said at the moment when the Torah is out, and it's in the Torah it came into the Torah service, which is really interesting, and it's God is saying, and you who connect yourself to God, who do this practice of Devekut, and then these three words, Chayyim, kulchem, HAYOM, Chayyim, kulchem, HAYOM, and I've translated it as all of you are alive today. But really what I want to say is that there are these four different qualities that arise out of my Devekut, out of my connection. And the first quality is aliveness. So Chayyim it's like an aliveness is really kind of a measure of my practice. I want to be able to say, what brings me alive? What is it? So aliveness, Chayyim, and then the word kulchem, which means all of you. I understand it as two different things. Kulchem meaning I am connected to everyone. Kulchem, all of you are connected to each other. And then also the word kulchem I turn it inward and look at all of the parliament of my own personality, all the parts of myself. And I say, kulchem, all of you. I'm going to integrate all those parts. So I'm going to connect myself. So first of all, Chayyim, I'm going to come alive from that place of Devekut. And then kulchem, I'm going to connect myself to everybody else through this practice of Devekut. And I'm also going to be integrate all of those other parts of myself. And
when does that happen?
HAYOM.
HAYOM.
So HAYOM, which is the day after my birthday. No, HAYOM is actually the quality of presence. So so this is where my presence is sourced in my Devekut, in my place of connection to the oneness. Yeah. So again, all of you, so you who are doing this practice of Devekut, you are, through that practice of Devekut, of connecting yourself to the oneness, you come alive. You connect with each other. You connect inside yourself, and presence emerges. It's kind of a key concept, really, is that Devekut. So let us. So there's actually 3 parts to the chant, and we only have 2 mouths right here, but you guys have other mouths. So one of the parts points to you who are doing this Devekut, and it says, "V'yatam hadevekim b'ya Elohaychem, v'yatam hadevekim b'ya Elohaychem, v'yatam hadevekim b'ya Elohaychem, v'yatam hadevekim b'ya Elohaychem." And there's another that says that just has those 3 words, Chayyim, kulchem, HAYOM, which is like, oh, this is what arises from my Devekut. So that part says, Chayyim, kulchem, HAYOM, HAYOM, Chayyim, kulchem, HAYOM, HAYOM, Chayyim, kulchem, HAYOM, HAYOM. So it's really celebrating those qualities that are arising out of my Devekut, out of that connection. And if for those of you who would like to be leprechauns, so what the leprechauns say is this: alive today, 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 alive today. Okay, so those are the 3 parts. I wish I could hear you all, but I'm going to imagine all of those 3 parts together, and we'll start. And the intention of the chant really is to blow our minds with this idea of Devekut, really say and inspire us into the practice of Devekut, of connecting to the oneness. So that's what, so that we can source all of those qualities. V'yatam hadevekim b'ya Elohaychem, v'yatam hadevekim b'ya Elohaychem, v'yatam So look inside and find your Devekut. Find that place inside that is connected, that is kind of plugged into the oneness. And we want to just strengthen it with our awareness. And say, oh, this is the underlying unity that is suffusing everything of my life. This underlying unity, and just lay it down as the dance floor on which we dance. We connect into it. Even sometimes when we lose our Devekut, we can find it again. And our Devekut will be the source of that aliveness, that connection, that integration and presence. So, one more practice I wanted to do, which is great to do here on the beach here, because it's called the sea lion's question, but it's really our question. It's from Psalm 34, and it's called the sea lion's question because one time when I was leading a retreat in the Galapagos, called Learning Praise from the Animals, we played with the sea lions, and they seemed to be calling me with this question, and asking, in a way, asking for me to volunteer for this job. And so I think of it as a question that is just, kind of, that I've inherited this question, which is, who is the one? Who's going to do this job? Who is the one that has this passion for life and loving every day and seeing the good? So that's what I'm called to. And was it last year that the sea lion?
Yes, last year.
So last year, this little sea lion pup came up on the beach and got stranded. Was a little too tired to go back in the water, and so I called SeaWorld.
You and a neighbor came.
Yeah,
the
we
two
came
of them
together,
were out there just.
And we guarded this little sea lion pup, and waited till the people from SeaWorld came with big nets and everything, and it was very exciting. It was very exciting, and then they just needed to fatten him up a bit, and then send him back to his what do they call a group of sea lions? A herd? No. A pod?
Something. Their
family.
Their
family.
Their tribe.
Yeah. So, But I want to just, when I think about this, I also think that part of my practice is is connecting, is being inspired by other people, and saying, "Oh yeah, I'd like to have that quality too." So as we do this practice, to think about, like, who is it that maybe is a model for you of that passion for life, or that loving every day. And I think of my father with seeing the good, because he never said anything bad about anybody. He always saw the good in people, and that really touched me so much, because it's a rare quality. But and there's a kind of searching for, like, the good is sometimes hiding underneath other layers of our judgment. And then I've met some other people. I remember meeting Louisa Tish, who's this Yoruba priestess, and when I first met her, I was like, "Whoa! I didn't know you could be that alive." It was like
out there.
That was such it's like permission giving, and so I invite you. You might even put in the chat somebody that you want to honor, to say, like, "Oh, I learned that passion for life, that aliveness, that love, that positivity from this person, and I'm going to be inspired by them as I do this chant, as a kind of a compass point for, like, how alive can I be? How can I find that quality in me?" So in this, those who are shruti-ing, I think the best key is an E and an A for those shruti-ing here. And so, we ask, so we hear, whenever we have a question in Torah, we want to sort of receive the question, and then be inspired in the silence afterwards to be able to step forth, to volunteer for that job, to feel ourselves called into aliveness. You ready? Mi ha'ish hechafetz chayim Ohev yomim lirot Ohev yomim lirot mi ha'ish hechafetz chayim Ohev yomim lirot mi ha'ish hechafetz chayim Ohev yomim lirot Ohev yomim lirot. In the silence, you just want to kind of let yourself come into those qualities of aliveness, positivity. Make a resolve to look for the good so that it can kind of strengthen you in your Devekut. Doesn't mean you don't see the bad, but you're just looking for it. You're looking for it. Calling it forth with your appreciation. Feeding that passion inside you. And I invite you to open your eyes. You can look for the good right here in this KZOOM community. So we are.
Oh, that was wonderful.
It was wonderful to be practicing together, and we look forward. We're going to be KZOOMing next week as well from the beach. KZOOMing from the beach, and I invite you to stop by the website, give a little donation in honor of what you receive. Take a look at some of the retreats coming up.